With a name like Matriona, is she a
Excuse
matriarch?
me, do you have a minute to talk? Judah Papa, the no-pawn boy, he's been inconsolable ever since the day Colony 6 was attacked. You see, he lost both his parents in the attack. So I want to do something for him. He really likes reading stories, and I want to give him one of those books, if you know what I mean.
What? No.
My creative skills start and end in drawing and painting pictures. However, Ewan, who fled here with us, is a fantastic storyteller. I was thinking of asking him to write a book for me, but it's not that easy for me to ask him myself.
That doesn't sound good.
Thinking of helping out Shulk.
Yeah, if you could help Charlotte, that'd be really cool.
I just want everyone to feel better. Although cheering Ewan up is going to be a lot more difficult.
I won't lie by saying I understand what the kid's going through, but it just ain't right when a little kid is as sad as he is.
I agree. Palma and everybody else.
Then you're looking at the best people for the job. We've all people know what it's like to have a home demolished.
So, you'll talk to Ewan for me. Please, take your time. Don't rush on my account.
Well, the problem is we have to rush, because if we don't, then Juju's gonna die.
So, you'll help me. First, let Ewan know I'd like him to help with writing the book. Then we'll take it from there. Oh, it's going to be so good if he agrees.
No problem. Leave it to me. That's right, we can handle it. Alright. We will discussing Xenoblade Chronicles X. X did not have time nonsense. What's up? Okay. Oh, you brought up your goji berries. Oh.
They're bitter though.
Wait, is this Ewan back here?
Oh,
that's a no pawn.
Palma. No,
It's a
that's,
shroom pawn.
but that's Palma. That's the one that needs some consoling.
I don't know.
They need
Palma
stories.
looks like Palma's having a good time.
My parents are dead and I couldn't be happier.
Wonder. I think they just made them all look happy.
We have one facial expression attached to our faces, and it is abject pleasure.
You want to make a picture book for Palma, and you want me to write the story for it? What makes you think I'd want to get involved in any of that? Wow, you suck. I'm not an author anymore, I'm nothing. I've decided that I'm never writing again.
What?
Instead, I'm going to stare at this meaningless wall for the rest of my life. Luckily, I've decided not to eat either, so that's going to be a short one. You don't give up, do you? I'll tell you what, if you want me to do this, I'll need something first. Need some ponyo neck meat. Liquid collected from that meat makes the finest ink. Never find any, though. Just you try. Go on. Just don't come crying when you get a kick in the backside.
Ponyo neck
And I've
meat
already got
for oil?
an amount. Yeah, I don't really know. Okay, change equipments on Charla.
Now, I can understand if there was some kind of peculiar
Wait, really?
gland that made a very opaque liquid of some sort, but just oil? Ugh. Ew. Or are you just looking at their list?
Yeah, whatever she's got on is pretty good stuff.
I mean, when we were doing oil paintings, there was linseed oil and other things that you could mix with your pigments to make them more watery. Was it? Pretty much. So maybe he just needs the oils to disperse the pigment, but as far as I know, like, plant-based oils would probably be cleaner, 1, and then 2, probably wouldn't rot or decay as swiftly. Animal oil just, ugh.
Yeah, I could understand it if it was like squid ink.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like, I'm gonna wring this meat, and it's gonna give me ink. Oh, they need to actually like each other. Well, that'll happen later. Why am I so hungry? I don't get it.
Because I don't know. I suppose you're expending a lot of energy thinking, talking, braining.
Let's see. Extra damage with ether attacks. Oh, range of long distance arts. That's not bad. Oh, but we want reduces the cooldown of healing arts. 100%. I don't think anything else is actually better than that. Extra damage for ether arts isn't terrible. She can actually go up to heavy equipment, which is just surprising to me. Okay. So if we go to her... Ah! Yep, they just give her a flat 2000 AP. So what is most useful? Heal bullet, heal blast. Reduces the cooldown by a lot, only by a little. What's up?
I want a cookie.
Oh.
You're just talking about food.
It's true. There you go. Debuffs from the target gives debuff immunity.
Tranquilizer.
Let's see, good against flying enemies. This might actually be a better idea. To put most of my levels into the longest cooldown things. Because yeah, making it so I can actually do shield bullet more often seems like a good idea. Do you ever replay a game that you played when you were younger and just like you realize that all the strategies and stuff that you did might have been actually really stupid?
Oh, definitely. I think I've played Knights of the Old Republic 2 or 3 times. And I think it took... I think on subsequent playthroughs I chose different stats to equip my characters with. But things went so much more smoothly when I had hacking and, what was it? The programming, like for reprogramming droids and stuff. And I took more care in allocating certain characters with points and such, like demolitions and whatnot. Because otherwise, you can be adventuring about with your party, and it could be a mission that you wouldn't have a second opportunity to do again. And you encounter a locked chest, or a locked door, or droids that you could hack, or you know what I'm getting at? And it just leads to so many more play options. And I found that I actually rather liked having some of the hacking skills and door skills on my main character, even though they would inevitably become a Jedi. But in any case,
I asked my brother about it. When is Daddy coming home? He just hugged me with tears in his eyes. It was warm and cozy when he hugged me, but I felt so sad. How could that be? Oh, it's this one. Could you find something for my little sister to play with? There are many toys here, and I don't know what to do. Get a moth crawler. We're just gonna go get worms. I knew you people would help me out.
a toy.
I got something to tell you. You want to hear? There's an everlasting ether deposit not far from here. Do you know about it? Could you go into more detail?
Yeah, maybe there's something we can do.
Thanks, Charla. Let's find out more. Location's a secret, but it's your lucky day, I'm gonna tell you. You sure you're not having a laugh with us? Because I ain't buying it. It sounds too good to be true. You don't have to believe me. Ain't no skin off my back. It's you who'll be losing out. Suppose it can't hurt to go take a look. I smell a rat. So, what's it gonna be? You going or not? Make your minds up. So, you want to go, yeah? Alright, I'll tell you where it is. Go to the camp, along the cliff on the right, and then in the cave. Good luck. No problem, leave it to me.
Yeah, I'll help too. Now, he's called Ernest, but they're already questioning the veracity of his claims.
My grandmother used to take me to a place filled with fireflies. Now that place is full of monsters. Kill them all! You're really gonna do it? I'm so grateful. Bring back their blood!
Just absolutely bloodthirsty grandpa.
So this is interesting. Do humans have flying?
I don't know. This seems like it's been here for a while.
Oh, that has been there for a while. So their camp is indoors.
Yeah, their camp is in the cave. They probably just ran down here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think let's before we progress the plot, let's get all the side quests done, including the ones back at Colony.
Never mind the fact that Juju is just going to be dead on arrival.
Yeah, it'll be fine. He'll be okay.
I know, it's probably one of those plot instance things.
Yeah, where it doesn't matter.
The other day, I went for a walk near Ragwell Bridge. I thought there wouldn't be many monsters there, you see, but I ended up getting attacked. In my haste to escape, I dropped the gift my boyfriend gave me. Will you find it for me? Thank you. I was afraid to go searching for it myself after what happened. I really appreciate this.
Aww. They're cute.
There are monsters in my favorite place. Saw them when I went to gather food near Colony 6. I want you to get rid of them.
You see, I think this is an adult. It does have more detail in its face.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Was too scared to tell anyone. Thank you for doing this. Soon I'd be able to go gathering food again.
Nope.
I saw loads of different Turkin the other day. There was a really huge one too. Can you get rid of it for us? It's too scary. I was heading in the direction of Turkin headquarters. I was where they attack. Only slept 6 hours last night. Thank you so much for doing this.
Well,
Alright.
now we know that they have similar sleep cycles, unless Nopon sleep longer than humans
They might.
tend to.
Okay. So I'm gonna bring us back to Colony 9. We should probably. Oh.
What's up?
Oh.
Some of the quests are all the way back near 9.
We can't go back to. Oh, because we have to do this.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what's that spirit in the air? An
Aqua
nebula?
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, you can't hurt these things normally. Okay, it's hurtable. It's just hard.
Do you have... It doesn't look like it would be susceptible to physical attacks, but... What did you use to get that initial bout of damage?
It's just chip damage. From what I can tell. But yeah, having Charlotte here makes life a lot easier.
I find it interesting how
Oop.
close she gets to it to use her ranged weapon.
Yeah. It's a little odd. The reason why she specifically got close is because Ryan was suffering from a debuff.
Uh-huh.
And so you can actually run up to a character that's suffering from a debuff and pick him back up again.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually super helpful. You know, so if a character gets knocked down, you can pick him back up again if they're slowed. So on and so forth. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to fight this thing usually. It's weak to elements, from what I remember.
So we haven't really encountered any magic users yet, have we?
We kind of have. That said, I think the entire cast...
It looks like a butterfly? Oh, no, it didn't aggro on you.
There we go.
Or is it? Did it join the fray? Yeah, it looks
I think
like,
it did.
I think
Yeah.
it looks like the butterfly has.
Yeah, I'm hitting it at this point. Okay. Break. Topple. And critical hit against flying monsters.
Nice.
Backslash. Yeah, so you might notice we get affinity every once in a while. So we actually just gain affinity for doing actions, working together, picking each other up, being in the same party.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those that I'm going to want to switch the cast around kind of constantly.
Is it one of those games where you have to have Shulk in the party, or?
You know, that's an interesting question. I would assume so.
Especially because he is the Monado, and using the Monado is a key feature.
Yeah.
That makes sense. If
We'll find out when I have 4 party members. Because you can only have 3 active, I think. Maybe you can have 4. It's 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure it's 3.
Oh, Basin Antle. And that one's a recolor, and a little bit larger.
That damage buff going. Yeah, if you remember, we actually fought these guys on the way in without Sharla, and boy, it's so much easier.
What is your least favorite insect?
Centipedes. And or what are they called? What are the like many-legged things that we'd find in my parents' place?
Well, they're house centipedes.
House centipedes. I guess the other one would be like earwigs. Earwigs are freaking creepy.
What are earwigs?
They're like little bug things, but they got pincer tails.
Oh.
Charlotte, do you know which way Juju went?
There are quite a few ways to get there from here, but he's in a buggy, so I think he'll take Ragwell Bridge.
Ragwell Bridge?
It's not far. It's a really old bridge built around the time Colony 9 was founded.
Okay. Let's make that our next stop. Sounds like a plan. Charlotte, you stay back. Leave any monsters up to me and Shulk.
What? You think I can't pull my weight in battle? I've got field experience as a medic. If you get hurt, I can use ether to patch you up.
Nice. I'm always getting roughed up. You'll be a big help.
Oh, wait. Did he crash?
Dingle Hop crashed.
Come on. Who put this barrier in the way? Oh, now the front suspension's all twisted up. Looks like I'll have to walk it. They're all cowards. I'll show them all.
Idiot child! Alright, so now we should be able to fast travel Colony 9.
Yeah. But to go out to the whole insect thing, I thought for sure that you would, aside from the house centipedes, would say something along the lines of wasps or hornets. Seeing as how they really messed up your arm that one time.
Yeah, wasps are up there. Are you ether gems? Oh, the look on your face. Looks like you've been bewitched by the wonder of gems. I know the feeling. Suppose you want to try making your own gem. Just in time, if I got a treat in store for you. I just fixed the furnace. She's all warmed up and ready to go. You don't need to pay me. Never charge friends of the great hero Dunban. Use it as much as you like. Alright. Select the materials. Only ether gems of the same rank can be put in the furnace. Active refining them. Got it. Strength of it exceeds 100%. Ether gem will be formed. Put crystals with matching qualities into the furnace so that total strength you're aiming for exceeds 100%. Let's see. When it exceeds 100% or you put in 8 crystals, you can add more. A to confirm. Crafting is carried out by 2 party members, the shooter and the engineer. Once selected, the abilities of each party member will be shown. The pair's affinity will determine how many times they can craft. Shooter will shoot several times during crafting. Every time you craft, the abilities of your party members will kick in. The result will depend on the abilities of the 2 party members. So, Shulk is more likely to enter a fever state when crafting. Rhine, crafting with a strong flame will increase the quality.
Oh.
Engineer's ability changes the balance of the flame strength. Strong flame greatly increases the strength of one quality. Medium flame increases the strength of all qualities. And gentle flame fills the cylinder gauge. So, Rhine is good with strong flame, bad with the others, and Shulk is pretty average.
Mm-hmm.
Qualities which exceed a strength of 100% during crafting will become ether gems. The ones that don't become cylinders. One quality for each gauge. Okay, cylinders can be used again in gem crafting, just like crystals.
Oh, we have a lot of gems.
Yep. It's a lot of grabbage. Okay, there we go. Strength up, strength up, strength up.
Wait, you can put up to 8 materials in there?
Yeah.
What is this? Okay, they got up to strong flame. So they got the strength up.
Yep. So they're just going to be able to jam things together. And I guess we keep refining it. I'm sure there's a... I'm sure there are ways to, like, do this better than what I'm doing. But effectively, you can turn raw crystals.
I really wish they had different icons. Just
Oh,
having a
then-
bunch of ones. And
Yeah.
Those are Vang crystals, Skeeter crystals. Can you only merge crystals of the same animal type together? Or...
If you notice, though, I'm just merging crystals with ether defense up and agility up.
Wait, can you just put all of the ether crystals into one ether
Yeah,
crystal?
so you could, but I think it ends up squandering it a little. I
Mhm.
could be wrong. But yeah, so I'm just kind of refining these down into useful gems. Let's see, so agility up.
So agility, strength. How do you select if you have a strong flame or medium flame or gentle flame?
I think it depends on the characters. I will look up like how to min-max this properly. And so because that got up to 200%,
Yeah.
that actually became a
Green.
agility 2. Which is useful. So I guess you could make a bunch of cylinders.
Oh, I see. Ether up, muscle up. Wait, how is muscle up different than strength up?
So muscle, I believe, is your, like, it's constitution, it's durability.
Ah.
And they're just going to kind of do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So I don't know how much I want to do this.
Where are the good ones? Oh, are they on different tabs?
You mean the ones that I've already made?
Yeah.
Those are gems. Those cannot be used for further crafting.
Ah, okay.
Let's see. And I'm assuming once we start fighting better critters, we'll be able to actually, you know, get some better abilities.
A lot of these have very similar components by the looks of it.
Yeah, well,
Agility,
they're all
ether,
generally from the
ether.
same creature.
Right. Whoa, what was that?
I honestly don't know. This is all witch magic for me. Oh. So you don't want to have more than 3, because we only get to cylinderize 2 things.
Okay. Oh, what was that one? Can you go back? Down? Left?
Earth cloak, quick
Oh, no,
step.
no, no, no. Oh, there. Oh, auto heal up. I just noticed the dark blue.
Yeah,
was
so
unique.
a lot of these are going to be things that we have to unlock later.
Mm-hmm. So you refine them into the cylinders and then you use the cylinders to make the gem?
Yeah. And it's probably... The cylinders are actually probably how you get the higher tier gems early. By having leftover cylinders that you just glom together, like 2 really big ones. Creatures drop aether crystals, but the Bionis got them some and all. What they call ether deposits. Keep an eye out for them. At any rate, Bionis' ether crystals are loaded with power. Huh, you don't look too excited. Alright, but now that we've done that, we can finally actually start putting stuff into these. I still don't know what agility does. Oh. X? What does agility do, though?
Mm-hmm. Now, I wonder if it's the ether of living things that the Mechon uses fuel.
I can see it.
Then it doesn't make sense for the Mechon to want to destroy or obliterate all of the humans and the inhabitants of the Bionis.
So, by the way, muscle up increases physical defense.
Ah, okay. So you're just slotting these into their armor?
Yep, for the time
Speaking
being.
of, do we have any armor for her?
Not yet. Nothing that was actually better.
Okay.
Which surprised me a little bit. Oh, this is hats.
Funny.
I love this, the fact that you can unlock all of these.
Oh, that's a cool visor thing, but it doesn't go at all with any of her other gear.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I believe that's from the exotic set.
A mini hat? What? Oh, that looks cool.
That does look cool.
Has little wings on the back, though?
It's got little wings. Let's see what else she's got. Guess that's what she's wearing. Makes sense.
What? What?
Dang.
No. No. No.
Definitely not. Well, do we want to do that?
Sure. I mean, it looks like armor. Kind of weird angelic armor.
Yeah, well, it's... I'm pretty sure this
Oh,
was
hey.
actually added. The middle type ain't bad.
The middle types aren't bad, but they aren't purple. Well, they're
Oh,
purple.
the middle type was the one with the hella boobs, though.
Oh, those look like they go with it.
Yeah, they do. Prodigal is the whole thing.
Okay, that is a little insane.
It's a little much.
I don't know about that. Nope. That's what she's currently wearing. Those pants don't look too bad. It has a little bit of armor on it. I suppose it's really just color then.
Are these... Okay. Boots.
Yeah,
I
those,
like
those
her-
boots look insane.
I like her tall boots.
But they're so thick at the top.
They
that
are
looks
goofy.
a lot better.
What about prodigal type? It's okay.
Yeah, what? No. Okay, those pants are no-go.
Whoa!
Those
Hi.
pants are a no-go.
Oh gosh! Hello. They do not show that off on the front.
And I thought they looked the most...
I thought they were the most reasonable.
Uh-huh. Does that one have a, does the Type 1 have a covering for the butt at all?
Well,
Okay. I mean, those are her short shorts.
what about Lagar type?
Okay, that's better.
Well, that is better. Huh.
Can you turn around just to make sure? I mean, at least they're slightly longer pants. They just kind of lace up the sides. Or we have the ridiculous skirt.
We'll just do that for the time being. I don't know. Alright, we had a side quest up here. Because we had to go muck this guy up.
Oh, was there a relationship thing back there?
Why is he worried about me? He's always worried about something or another. You can see I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong here. No point in reporting back. You can just carry on worrying. Anyway, thanks for coming. Here, take this. Oh, that was easy enough.
Hey, look, you got more leather clothing.
Oh, but this guy has a quest for me. Ah, no, what am I gonna do? I was supposed to make sure I kept it safe. That's it. I must have dropped it in Tefra Cave. Sounds like you've got a problem. Alright, let's hear this problem of yours. That pendant was really important. I went and lost it. Looked everywhere, but I can't find it. Is it really that important? My girlfriend gave it to me for luck when I joined the force. Oh yeah, I remember. You really loved that thing. I think it's coming back to me. I was near Villia Lake in Tefra Cave and the rocks started falling. I rushed out in a hurry. I think I dropped it somewhere near the blocked path. Sorry to ask, but could you go and look for it for me? Cork, gear, thank you. Just go to Villa Lake in Tefra Cave. Search around the collapsed path. No problem. Leave it to me.
Yeah, I'll help too.
Can you see if any of the characters have something around here to say?
I'm pretty sure this requires...
Other characters.
Yeah.
Alright.
It probably requires Dunban or Riki or Melia. I'm going to leave a lot of the affinity spots for later. Just once we have the full party. And a little bit more. Okay, change time. I swear there were some side quests here that we skipped out on.
Why are you skipping so many days?
Ah, there we go.
At this point, her brother will have already...
Juju is so dead.
He'll have already traversed the bridge, gotten back to Colony 6.
Oh. Navigating these towns is a little weird.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever been to this upper section.
Please, you must listen. My son went missing years ago, and I think I know where he went.
Sounds like you got a problem.
I found something that belonged to him. That's how I know he's... Well, he's gone. He's gone. And he's never coming back. And worst of all, I don't even have his remains to return to the Bionis. Could you find his other effects? I'd like to know how far he went.
You can count on me, old lady.
Is that so?
Do I look like someone who'd make jokes?
It's nice to see there are still fine, upstanding youths in the world. You remind me of my son. My son said he was aiming to reach the Bionis' head. Silly boy. I don't know how far he got, but I'd like it if you found his effects. And what's left of him. Thank you most kindly. Accepting my son's fate was hard, but it's left me with so much more at ease. Take care in your travels.
No problem. Leave it to me. Nothing can stand in the way when me and Shulk are on the case. You take it easy and sit tight. Let's give it all we got, Ryan. Oh, we already have the armor. Aha!
Are you still looking for my son? He was always talking about
three
going to
things.
the Bionis' head.
So we need 3 things. We already had the tatty armor.
Oh, you did find the armor.
Aha, there's the other quest.
Oh,
Yes.
was that in the caverns?
Yeah, I don't remember where it was, but it was somewhere thereabouts.
People ask what would happen if you fell off the Bionis. Well, there's this endless ocean.
Yeah, probably bad things.
You'd probably, well, if the fall didn't kill you, you'd probably drown. And even if you could clamber back onto, say, the ankle of the Bionis, I don't know how you get all the way back up. Also, if you fall from a certain height, wouldn't eventually the air pressure become...
I have no idea. Maybe?
Or is it... I mean, it's probably water pressure that... But that's only if you go deep enough. Yeah, I don't... Because you know how there's thin air and then there's... I don't know.
Must work harder. Keep focused. I'm in the zone. Can't slow down for a second. 1 plate for you, or maybe 5.
Oh no.
Ah! Help me. Ah! Paola. What? What's wrong? Think I'm looking a bit funny? You think I'm working too hard? Ha! I mean, I'm feeling worn out lately, but times are tough. But that doesn't matter. Not when I think of my cute little daughter.
He collapsed due to overworking to support his daughter. Do
Convince
something
him.
to prevent this from happening.
Consult with a relative. Listen, I'm glad you cared enough to ask. Just don't worry, okay?
Oh no.
Well, daughter is there. You want to go find her and then go grab this quest? My stomach is rumbling something fierce. And so I'm gonna go get a quick snack. You can pick up some side quests.
Oh, I mean, okay. I suppose I can run around.
I believe in you.
Wait, but who was that? Was that him who we just talked with over
Yeah,
here?
so you could talk to him to convince him, but that's no good.
Oh yeah, that is him over there. I'm gonna talk to the relative.
Get your lovely fresh no-pond veg.
Look at that. They're purple and adorable.
World is full of ether crystals. Ether crystal is small clump of ether, formed when particles of ether are put under pressure. Particles of same color and shape naturally fuse together. Get your fresh, lovely vote.
No pond veg. So what do we have in here? We have what looks to be onions and apples and pears and maybe mangoes and such. Oh, look at their little arms. Okay, I will stop being distracted. I've been wanting to talk with that little guy all game, and now that I'm at the controls. Wait, what's up with the kid? Oh, that's Paola, actually. Hey, stop running away. There we go.
What? Daddy's working himself to death? I told him to be careful. I don't want him to die. So please, save my daddy. I don't have a mummy, so I can't lose my daddy as well. I used to give him a shoulder massage every evening. He said I was so good at it. I bet that's why he gets tired now. He should at least go home and sleep every once in a while. He never does. He just works all day, every day. It's okay, though. I have a plan. I'll pretend I fainted, and you can call Daddy to help me. It'll look more convincing if I eat a few insanity mints.
Wait a minute, kid. Insanity mints? What are those? Do they make you feverish and have, like, dilated pupils or something? What is going on?
Could you go to the Tephra cave and get 3 of them for me?
Insanity mints? What? That is questionable. What else do we have? I was going to look at the map. That's the story memo. Oh, this is autorun. Funny. I don't like autorun. No, I told you I don't want autorun. Now that's the barracks. I don't think we have anything left over there. And it looks like there's... Oh. There is an exclamation point running around down there. And there's a couple more. I'll see what they are. Look at this place. Wait, weren't some of those destroyed? They better... Wait a minute. Okay, there's the second one. How are all of these back up and running? I thought they were destroyed. Well, I suppose the people are quite industrious. Now, I do like how they acknowledge the disappearance of the tank. It's no longer here. At the very least. Oh, look at that little one jumping. What's he up to?
Carrying things every day, very important to rebuild colony. My lovely Armu's really big help with rebuilding.
That they are. Is he just falling on his butt? He's just bouncing. I mean, I suppose that's one way to pass the time. Yeah, who do we have here? Wait, who? They vanished? Wait a minute. Wait, no. Hey! Kid! No! Wander, some kid ran into that house.
Yes?
But he had an exclamation point above him.
Oh, it probably got too late. Switch the clock back an hour or two.
Okay, how do I do that? Ah, there. No, there's a lady. Francois. It's such a tragedy. I suppose it can't be helped. Sounds like you've got a problem.
Tell us what's the matter. We might be able to help.
Oh, how kind of you to stop and listen. All the flowers in my garden got crushed in the attack. I worked so hard to grow them, but now it saddens me to look at them. I know what it feels like to lose something important. I hope there's something we can do to help. And we have this. Find her some dawn hydrangeas to cheer her up. You'll bring me some flowers? Thank you. No problem. Leave it to me. Nothing can stand in the way when me and Shulk are on the case. Yeah, that's right. You can just take it easy and sit tight. Let's give it all we've got, Rain. Or Rhine. I always say Rain, but it's Rhine. Oh well. Do we already have hydrangeas? Wow! Yeah, we must have already gotten them. Dawn hydrangeas! They're my favorite! I can't wait until they're in full bloom for everyone to enjoy. This time, I'll try growing them to be more resilient. I mean, you can't have a flower become more resilient to Mechon attacks. Come on! I'm glad everything worked out. I'd expect no less from you. I just knew you could do it. It wasn't just me. Everybody helped. Please come and see the dawn hydrangeas when they're in bloom. Yay! We got soil gauntlets. What are these people doing? They look to be just marveling at the plants? Hiding? I don't... Interesting. Now, who is out here? Also, Wander, what are you munching on? Oh, that's the kid. Nareen.
Hey, Shulk. I really need to talk to you. It's serious. Me and Paula had this big public falling out. It's so embarrassing. It was about Ryan and you.
Wait, you guys weren't fighting over them, were you?
It's silly, really. We argued about who's the strongest and hottest.
Oh my gosh.
I told her it was you, obviously. No need to worry about that. But now I need you to go kill a dragon for me. And alone. Are you stupid or something? Ryan is loads cooler. You're the stupid one. Shulk's way better and cuter. Well, Ryan's hotter and stronger. Ryan's got a small brain. Ryan's just as clever as Shulk. Well, well. Shulk's kinder. Anyway, Ryan's big and scary. Ryan can protect me. Nothing can hurt me as long as Ryan's around. When has Ryan ever had to protect you? Bet you don't even know Shulk mended my toy for me once. I can't believe you just said that. Ah! Gonna cry now? You cry, baby?
Oh gosh, these girls.
I don't know. It'll probably just make things worse between you guys. Oh, please, Shulk. Please. My street cred'll be ruined if you don't. Everyone will laugh at me.
Street cred?
Street cred, yeah, they're building up a reputation. What they say has to be correct, and if it isn't, then their validity is just out the window. They have to start young now. You can't make one misstep. It's a small town, Wander. It's a small town.
It's a small town and the girls are as vicious as they are thirsty. Gimme.
Eh.
Me and Shulk never argue.
Ryan.
Me and Ryan never argue. Can't you two be more like us?
Wait, they argued once.
Once.
I guess we could be. I'll promise to make up with Paula if you promise me something. Show us that you really are best friends forever.
Can you move your pillow over a little bit?
Yes.
Thank you.
You have to prove that you're best friends.
Two precocious young girls are incessantly disputing the relative merits of Team Rain and Team Shulk. To stop them, demonstrate what friendship is.
You'll have to convince me first. Then you've got to convince Paula.
No problem. Leave it to me. That's right. We can handle it. The two just turn around and start making out vigorously. Done.
Ah!
Friendship proven.
Wow. You and Ryan are the bestest of friends. I've changed my mind about Ryan. I can see that he's a nice boy too. But now you've got to prove to Paola about your friendship. And she won't believe you unless you really are the bestest of friends.
wonder if that's a play off of Team Edward and Team Jacob.
It could be.
Was this game made after the Twilight films came out?
Yes? I actually have no idea.
What team are you on?
Hero Pawn.
Hero Pawn?
Yeah.
The character we haven't met yet?
Yeah. He's great.
You got them. That's really cool, you guys. Ah, wow, they stink. I almost feel like I might actually pass out.
Because of the mints?
Mm-hmm.
There are these insanity mints. She wants to take them so that it looks like she's passed out and nearly dead, and that so her father has to take off work.
Wow.
Also, what's up with his foot? Oh, okay. It stopped.
Anyway, these should do nicely. Don't tell Daddy I fainted. Leave the rest to me.
Come back, child. I wish to know about your vigorous shipping.
Hurry up, go and tell Daddy. Come on, pick up the pace.
So you have to
No.
do one thing at a time.
Yeah, I guess so. That was a good burrito.
I didn't know. Oh, you had the rest of the chicken?
Yeah.
That's good.
I needed to stuff my face. Sometimes I just can't get over the hunger.
The hunger.
The hunger. What? Paula fainted. Oh no, my poor little girl. I'll be back later. Thanks for letting me know what happened.
All the curry is ours.
Turns out she was just pretending. I gave her a right old telling off. But I know why she did it, and it's all my fault. I haven't been spending enough time with her. I'm a bad daddy.
Should I start fainting so you spend more time with me?
But I'm gonna fix it, even though it means making less curry. If you start fainting and then making less curry, that will be the death of my diet. I will starve.
No, I won't stop making curry. You know that. I
But also,
enjoy
like,
curry
we
too
are
much.
spending time together today. What are you talking about?
No, that's true. That's true.
It's really just the question of, will I stop streaming so much? That one's harder. Oh, so we have sword drive now.
No, I don't want Wander to be my dad. That's a weird question.
But what if I wanted to be a bad daddy?
You'd have to have children for that. Sorry. And that's not happening anytime soon.
Ryan beat Shulk in every way. It's too obvious for words. You agree with me, right? Me and Irene are bitter rivals.
But you guys shouldn't be bitter rivals. Wouldn't you guys be bitter rivals if you were vying after the same guy? If you each have a different guy that you love, everything should work out perfectly fine, right? In any case.
But Shulk and Ryan don't look like they get along so well either. So maybe that's the problem.
I guess we need to be considerably better friends.
We need to be better friends.
Ugh. Well, back in we go. Wander enjoys playing video games whilst absentmindedly eating sleeves of Oreos. Too much for kids to be involved. It would definitely throw things off if we actually had to worry about a wiggler.
Yeah, Wander calls them wigglers. That tells you something. Okay, so... yeah, Oreos. I remember back in college, if I didn't have set meal times, especially before we started dating, where we would eat lunch or dinner as a like social thing, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
There were some nights where I wasn't really inclined to leave my dorm room if I was working on homework and, you know, finished with classes and stuff. So I would forget to go out to dinner. And I go, oh no, what do I have? Oh wait, here's a package of Oreos. I think I went through a third of a package one night, and it was not pretty. I felt terrible.
I got something to ask that I think only you guys can handle. Some monsters blocking the way ahead. That doesn't sound good.
That is quite a problem.
Wouldn't be a problem if we could take care of it ourselves, but they're tougher than expected and we just can't take them down. Looks like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place there. What type of monsters are they? I'm pretty sure they're arachnos. Seeing as this is Defra Cave, I'd say they're prime suspects. That's just what I didn't want to hear. Let's cut to the chase. So now you know the score. Will you help us out? Thank you. Counting on you. Be careful. No problem. Leave it to me. That's right. We can handle it. Do you see why I was so, dismissive about reading all the dialogue in this game?
Mm-hmm. Hey, but the dialogue for the little girls' quests were awesome.
Awesome. That's a hot take.
Okay, not awesome, but they were funny.
True.
I really liked the vision, if you will, of the past and their little argument. As nonsensical as it was cute.
I want to give you a little something to say thanks. On the way back from Colony 6, I found something and hid it. I've been planning to go and get it sometime. I'll tell you where it is. You can go and get it if you're interested. What do you think it is? Could you go into more detail? Go on, spill it. I'm sure Shulk will have something up his sleeve. You can help too, Ron. Keep it a secret. I bet you can't wait to dig it up and see. I'm pretty sure it'll come in handy. Are you sure? You went so far as to hide it. It must be quite important. But I want you to have it. I'd feel better if I knew someone was putting it to good use. It's hidden in the ground on the left, just as you leave this cave. You'll be able to find it if you look hard enough. No problem. Leave it to me. What are you listening to?
I'm just trying to figure out where certain sounds are coming from. Are there machines in this? I mean, this is a giant machine, I suppose, the ship. People are talking about... Oh, saltines. Yeah, I can go through a package of saltines easily. I miss saltines. We forgot to order saltines.
So if you notice, by the way, some of these have the little timer.
Oh, they do?
Yep.
Wait, where are those?
We don't need to worry about them yet.
Challenge? Oh, are those the ones where you have to defeat monsters?
Yeah, a lot of these are defeat monsters. It's because the NPCs are going to move.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there the guy that dropped a necklace?
Yeah.
Here we go, this one. And then we have to find the rest of those.
The remnants of her son, yeah.
So is this the lake? That's the Spring of Grief.
Yeah, Ritz crackers. Ritz crackers are great too. I used to have them with peanut butter.
Ah.
I just put a dollop of peanut butter on top of Ritz crackers and eat those. But no, when it comes to crackers, chips, things of that nature, they are addictive.
Yep.
Oh, remember when we got that giant canister of goldfish?
You mean like the one we have downstairs?
We do have one. We have a new one. Well, we demolished the last one.
Yeah. We can get started on it tonight or tomorrow or something like that. I'm going to start filling out the Collectopedia. At some point, I will look up a guide.
Wait! Oh! They make cute little squeaky noises. Nature. Oh, the category's complete.
Yep. And
oh,
it
you
gets
get
us
little
gems.
rewards for it.
Yeah.
This is really cute.
It's super nice. It's not terribly necessary.
The strange.
But, for example, we can max out all of Colony 9 because I was being thorough.
There are so many... Well, how would I say it? There are so many applicable...
Features?
Yeah, features is a good term to use. There are so many features in this game that... Yeah, it's boggling. Because you do have a crafting system, you do have a collection system, you have all the quests. You have armor customization.
It's incredibly deep or broad.
Obviously, the stats for the characters and the relationships and such. Arts.
And we get a carbon driver. Yep. So we still want to find a couple of things in here, which should be really easy, and then we can start working on this area. So all we need to do, I think for the most part... Oh, right, that also gets us an amount of EXP. So I don't remember... I'm pretty sure we have to just go looking for the stuff on the ground. So just look for all the blue dots. I think we missed a lot of it specifically because of plot reasons. We were just kind of rushing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there aren't a whole lot of games with this level of just kind of depth and breadth of just stuff that you can kind of do. Most of it isn't honestly that important or necessary, but it really does kind of just...
Yeah, there's one over there.
Yeah, it really does just kind of have... I'm gonna say this charm to it, that it's like, oh yeah.
What are all those?
These are zealous arachnos.
And those are things that we have to kill for another quest?
Yeah, this is... The one guy said, like, I can't fight all these arachnos. And so we're going to fight all these arachnos. I wish I had more AoEs. Unfortunately, I only have one. If I do this, it should hit all of them. It hit a number of them. I want to say in Xenoblade Chronicles X, they had some, like, really good setups. It's so weird. I spent loads of time playing Xenoblade X. I don't remember, like, much about it. Like, I remember the plot, but I don't remember a lick of the gameplay. Maybe that's just because, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 replaced it in my head.
Well, the Xenoblade Chronicles X was more sci-fi, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And you had mecha that you were piloting, correct?
But not always.
Not always.
Half the time you were just on the ground. I think we've actually got a mid-boss up in here.
Oh.
Up in here.
I just remember that what little I saw of you playing X, there were giant monsters. Monsters that you couldn't even hope to start attacking. And those are the ones that you would probably have to bring the mecha out for.
Yep. And even then, a lot of them were ones that, like, you wanted to wait on. That one's wailing on me. But yeah, I absolutely loved the intro to that game, which is effectively like, you crash land, like, your ship arrives, you crash land in a pod.
Aren't you the remnant of some kind of colony ship that's been in stasis for a long time?
Yeah, so effectively, like, a bunch of aliens wrecked Earth.
Or was it Earth, or was it their
It was
equivalent?
Earth.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, they wrecked Earth because... spoilers for Xenoblade Chronicles X, I guess, for those of you that want to avoid hearing about it, but effectively the aliens had this, like, self-fulfilling prophecy that humans were going to be the downfall of their civilization.
Oh, but isn't that what Titan AE
Kind
was?
of. I think it might have actually been slightly different, that they were the servitor race for this this other, like, the ancient race. And they wanted freedom. And the ancient race had chosen humanity as, like, its successors. And so the
servitor race didn't like that.
The servitor race is just like, we must kill humanity because they're going to destroy us or enslave us. and it didn't work out for them.
You know, we might have to fight one of those things if you want to add them to your list.
So that's not how the Collectopedia works.
The Collectopedia doesn't include creatures?
Nope.
Okay.
Collectopedia is purely just for, well, we just popped one open, so...
Oh, okay, just looks like more spiders. Yeah, because I thought the whole premise of Titan AE was that the aliens believed humanity was destined to destroy them, and so they destroyed Earth, and humans were forced off world, and the Titan AE itself was a vessel that was supposed to be able to create a new planet, but it was lost. And the main protagonist is the son of one of the builders.
Yep.
And he has a map on his hand? But, of course, the aliens want to kill him. And find the Titan for themselves.
Oh, it was a map in his ring.
A ring? He had a ring? Okay. I thought it was
so.
in his hand.
I haven't seen Titan AE in ages. I remember bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that it was one of the first movies that had, like, full 3D-ish.
Well,
and it looked really cheap.
Oh, well, so all of the aliens, not the compatriot aliens, but all of the aliens from that particular species,
yeah, the villain faction was
the
in full
villains
3D.
were all 3D.
And it looked real weird.
Mm-hmm. But 3D had been in use for a while before then.
Yeah, I just remember the 3D was like sub-Beast Wars.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Which is ironic because Beast Wars came out before Titan AE. I think Beast Wars was 97.
Probably.
And Titan AE came out in 2000 or 2001, from what I remember. I really like Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet was good, but unsurprisingly.
It also had 3D pretty much exclusively for the vessels.
Yeah. And I feel like they did a good job with that at the very least. Okay, so I think that completed the quest.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, I don't
More
know if
almonds.
those were there. I'm gonna go back here. Let's see what we have sitting around. You know, that's an interesting thing.
Hmm?
Disney movies.
Yeah.
How much they have changed over the years.
Well, now they don't even do 2D animation, which
Yeah,
is
they
so
don't do
disappointing.
They don't do 2D animation anymore. And the movies are considerably trendier feeling.
Well, it doesn't help that most of their recent films have been rehashes of their old films.
Yeah.
And I think they do not hold a candle to the old films. Like, if I had a choice to show my kids the, original Beauty and the Beast, like the 91 version, or the new version, I would do the old version, hands down.
Let's see. Oh. Check that
There's
in a
just
second.
expression and artistry to 2D animation.
We're also somewhat biased.
We're biased in part because we're also artists, but...
Hello?
Raring to go. What is this? A warehouse door? You don't have the key.
There's a secret warehouse in there.
Ooh.
Let's see. Just nab it. There we go.
And then, for the most part, their only recent series that have been 3D have been, Frozen, which they actually managed to make a theatrical sequel for, which usually doesn't happen with their other films. But Tangled, they've made television shows for it and such, but yeah, I suppose Pixar picks up a lot.
Let's see. The reason the rehash movies have been meh is because they're not selling the new movies. New movies are like really expensive ads for the originals. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Oh,
Really?
they're not just selling the new movies. Yeah.
I think they're trying to make people who now have children that were the original audience for the old animated series bring their children to the new live action ones. And so that those people also see the live action ones to sort of relive the nostalgia of the old ones, but it's just not the same. I haven't seen any of the new ones in theaters with the exception of the Beauty and the Beast one because my mom and my grandma and my aunt thought it would be something good to see as a group of girls, I suppose. And yeah, I was just playing the old film through my head and comparing them, and it saddened me.
Looks like there's something buried here.
What is it?
The defense force soldier had topple resist.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Welcome to kneecap heal. Die, Night Wisp!
Ooh, a night wisp. What is it? A kind of beetle? Like a firefly?
Dead.
And yes, it's dead.
Done dead.
Nope.
Nope. Alright. Let's see. So I think that's it for those quests. Okay. So let's take a look at the timed quests. Because we can turn in the lost pendant, I think? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Cheryl's son's gun and his knife. Those are other things we need to find.
Do not know where those would be. Well, apparently one or multiple of them are here. Let's just go here and start adventuring and grabbing some things. Now that I've picked up all the quests.
That's a really good point. I like that one. In chat, they're talking about the Disney films, and one thing was about Frozen and how the songs didn't really seem to be enmeshed in the story, and like the character pausing for a moment and pouring out their feelings. It just seems like a obligatory
song and
dance routine. Yeah. I saw Frozen 2 with my friends, and yeah, definitely. And the other thing too I find is that the music is not memorable. I could come out of the theater being able to hum and sing quite a bit of the lyrics for the older films, and of course, having watched them again and again and again, I can sing my favorite songs, you know, with the entirety of the lyrics and such. But the melodies don't catch me. I have no compunction to sing any of the new songs.
Wait, I saw today that The Rock's daughter still doesn't believe he was in Moana. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
I liked Moana's songs.
They had some memorable
because they were
ones.
integrated well. I remember the crab. Because the cool thing about the crab was that they were actively trying to, like, sneak in while he was just distracted singing and bragging, unless I'm mistaken.
Uh-huh. The weird thing about his song is I liked the first part of it, but then he would cut into the chorus, and the chorus seemed like a completely different tone. I think they were trying to mimic David Bowie and his style specifically for it.
Maybe. But no, for me, I liked Moana because it was more stylized across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Which I felt like was a nice-ish change.
It's too bad that musicals have fallen by the wayside.
I guess. It always struck me as kind of a niche production no matter what.
It was definitely one of those things that was more common in the 50s, and yeah.
What was the musical-ish thing that we saw a while back about the transition from silent movies?
Oh. That one, it was on the plane.
Yeah,
To
because I
Europe.
remember finding that one both poignant and enjoyable.
I'll have to think on that one. Because I think what that one was about was, yes, the switch to talkies and how were there some actors that just couldn't make the transition because they didn't sound right?
Yeah. Speaking of things that you miss, we saw GoldenEye the other night.
Oh, yeah.
And it really emphasized how much I miss, like, campy spy movies.
Mm-hmm. That's a genre that it's been parodied in recent years. But
Yeah,
it
there's
hasn't
some
really
parodies, but, like, the genre itself has kind of faded away. And, you know, the last
Same with-
bastions of it.
Same with Indiana Jones, like sort of the adventurers
Yeah.
going into ancient tombs and such.
It's so weird, because, like, Indiana Jones, straight up one of my favorite series of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, nothing holds a candle to it except for maybe the Tintin movie.
Well,
Like, I really like the Tintin movie, actually.
when it comes to games, I think you get things that there's, I suppose, Tomb Raider and
Uncharted.
are the
Uncharted
kinda-
absolutely gets there.
Mhm.
And I will give them all credit for managing to,
I think in part they hinge on them being set in the past.
I feel like all it would take, though, is some imagination. Well, I mean, but setting it stuff in the past is fine.
Mm-hmm. Because the reason why things like Indiana Jones Indiana Jones existed is because the world hadn't been yet fully explored, and it was still difficult to make your way to, and then survive those tombs, I suppose. And there was still an air of mystery, but now, with the way that science has progressed, I don't really think it would allow for that mystery to continue. There was also some kind of like paranormal stuff sometimes thrown in and whatnot. With the spy thrillers, the technology was absurd, but it was...
I feel like you could have some pretty good modern spy thrillers, though.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's weird how... It's weird to me how... I don't want to say bland, because I think that's dismissive, but, like, I just have zero interest how dour the,
Uh-oh. Big guy. Watch out. Ah!
I just want hugs. Come back. My giant arms are for one thing only, and it is hugs. Aww. Sorry. He just looks so upset. He's like, he really wants to hang.
Yeah, and that is true. When I grew up watching a number of the old James Bond films with Sean Connery, but I do remember seeing that one Pierce Brosnan one in theaters, the one with Halle Berry as well. But yeah, we had actually never seen GoldenEye. So, and we had the Nintendo 64 game growing up, but I had actually never seen the film. It turned out it was because we were only 4 years old when that film came out.
Yep. But yeah, so I'm honestly pretty down with seeing just like a bunch of spy movies for a little while. When we have the time. I think my main thing is, though, I really would love to see more like kind of fun noir set in far future. Alternate history.
Oh, but the thing is, all the detective and noir things that we've seen have been very, very like Altered Carbon and Blade Runner-esque.
They're all dour
cyberpunk.
and sad, and I want fun stuff again. Like that's something I actually struggle with sometimes. Is like how just not happy so much media is. Yeah. Or how aggressively happy it is. And there's very rarely a middle ground for like fun characters doing important things. Which I guess is kind of poignant for this game because yeah, these characters are actually super charming comparatively.
And they're in dire straits. People are being eaten by monsters. Well, mecha monsters.
And yeah, they just lost a friend, but they're still having a relatively good time beyond that. And, you know, fun bantering and...
It's one of those things where I don't know what I'd do if I were actually in that situation. But it's a very different flavor than... Oh, I could never watch Attack on Titan, for instance. Or... I didn't really like the game that you had played with the vampire people.
Which one?
Code Vein.
Oh, Code Vein? Code Vein was ridiculous, though.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly the outfit.
Yeah.
But I liked Code Vein, not because it was a good game, but just because it was a goofy game, and I had fun with it.
I liked the character that I had made. She was pretty. If I had to dye my hair, it would be purple. But that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Another Indiana Jones movie is Miss Fisher and Crypt of Tears. I have never heard of that.
Which one?
Miss Fisher and the Crypt of Tears?
I don't remember that one unless it was the young Indiana Jones.
No, I don't think it's Indiana Jones. I think it's Indiana Jones type.
Oh, another Indiana Jones type.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
No. But I think that's something that specifically was what drew me to anime originally. But my biggest beef I ended up with was...
Oh, because anime was colorful and more lighthearted.
It was more often colorful, lighthearted, friendly.
People are asking if this is on the way to Juju. Juju has been long forgotten.
Yeah, Juju is dead. Long live the side quests.
Watch it be one of those situations, though, where if you didn't take your time, both he and his sister would die, but because you did take your time...
Oh, thank you. I thought I was a goner. The wolves surrounded me. I couldn't get out of the water. I'm glad everything worked out.
No, that's you. Sorry.
I'm glad everything worked out.
This place is great for bathing, but I'm never coming back by myself. I better get back to the camp. Thanks again.
I didn't even know she was there.
Oh, boy. Oh, we got more areas to explore.
Oh, hey, there seemed to be a relationship point.
Yep. Like I said, though, I'm almost going to kind of wait on a lot of those, because a lot of them we have to wait until the characters are better friends, or we have the full party.
Okay.
And so, like, if I pass by them, cool, but if I don't, cool. Ugly wolf.
Mm-hmm. Their heads are awfully tiny for their frames.
Yeah, so I originally got into anime because, like, you could have, like, you know, important plots, but it wouldn't always be, like, doom and gloom most of the time. And then I started running into the more doom and gloom ones, and I kind of lost my taste for a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
What is the edgiest trope that you love?
An edgy one that I love?
Yeah. I always love it when the character has like a cursed eye or a cursed arm.
I was actually thinking of the curse.
I feel like because it can actually be good.
Some examples would be, what was it? Ashitaka with his worm arm.
Yeah.
Because it was the demon infection, if you will, that was going to be bound to kill him, but it also gave him the strength to fight. Usually it's a double-edged sword. The special power or ability that sets them apart, but also alienates them from everyone else.
Yeah.
And what makes it even more edgy if they're half something, like you're half demon, you're half vampire, you're half whatever, and there's a stigma against them because of it. And maybe that also gives them the curse or the power.
This reminds me of Blade Wolf. All of a sudden.
Oh, Blade Wolf.
I like
that character that
gosh,
we made.
If I ever actually get into the swing of things with writing, I'd love to just like write a dumb chapter with Blade Wolf. Maybe I should just do that some night where I can't think of what to write and just be like, bet.
What was Blade Wolf again?
Blade Wolf was the character that was the every trope.
Oh, I know they were.
He
the
was the
every
werewolf
trope,
cyborg vampire.
Wait, werewolf cyborg vampire. We did that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he had the wolf head, but the cyborg body arm.
Yeah,
thing?
but what made him a vampire? Like
because we gave him the vampire class.
We gave him the vampire class.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh, sup, Alexa. I know absolutely nothing about anime, but anyone with a wicked scar goes through the roof of cool for me. Yeah. Yeah. Especially if it's like the character's not wearing a shirt or like is wearing minimal shirt and has like the scar across the chest or across the eye. Or the arm is just like scarred to heck. Dunban does a
Yeah, he has that going
good
for
job
him.
with that one in this one.
So did Ashitaka. I think that tends to be the edgiest trope. Where the character is dark, brooding, they intentionally set themselves apart from others, in part because of the way that they've been treated their whole lives for their power, ability, or half-breed nature.
Stay the heck away from that thing. That's a level 77 just running around.
One thing I am
over there.
tired of, and I know this is so they can skip a lot of character development and stuff, but the dead parents one.
Yeah, dead parents trope is, it works in certain scenarios, but when it's like overwhelmingly like all characters' parents are non-existent or dead.
I mean, all of our main protagonists thus far are like that.
I'm slightly more willing to give it a pass in this specific game because the characters live in a perpetual.
Oh yeah, no, the Mechon are eating people all the time, so it makes sense that
yeah,
their parents might perish.
Like there are certain universes where I'm totally fine with like the survival rate on parents being nil. That being zombie survival probably, and like end war, eternal war situations where like yeah everybody's a war orphan.
But I really,
that's just kind of normal.
I really think the only reason why it's in place is so that they don't have a support system, and so that they don't have anything tethering them to their home.
I still desperately want a story where it's like the parents of the heroes going on like a parallel journey because they're worried about their kids, and so they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna follow along and like make sure nothing actually bad happens. Because,
oh, whoa,
oh gosh!
What are these things?
Javelin Turkins. They don't like us.
Interesting. They are capable of crafting armor and weapons for themselves.
Also messing me up. Ah!
So they're kind of like a tengu and
Yep.
chicken. Or whatever they... I don't know what the turkin is derived from necessarily.
Turkey.
Ah, turkey. They don't really look like turkeys.
No,
but...
well, except for the roundness, but that's about it.
But let's see. I have been finding more and more like father-daughter duos or mother-son duos where the parent is a warrior or
I
some
really want to play a JRPG or watch an anime or something where they have the parent throwing all the death flags left and right, but the parent never dies. They just, like, do hero shit the entire way through.
Oh, that's a giant piranha.
It is. It's a leg Piranax. It only eats legs.
Well, it's because this is a leg pond, so we're
Oh,
currently still on the
yeah, that
leg.
makes a lot more sense.
So I'm pretty sure when we get to the top of the Bionis, we're going to start seeing the, like, shoulder this or the head that.
Yeah, that's probably exactly the case.
Mm-hmm.
That does beg the question, is there a butt Piranax?
Does anyone live on the glutes?
Well, yeah, that's Glutania. No one talks about Glutania. That's where the kernel's from.
Now, when I do see instances of surviving parents, usually it's a side character is the, you know, the prince or the son of a general or something. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then their fathers or their mothers might be alive. But it's always the side characters that still might have kin.
What about the Star Wars trope of, like, the parent is the bad guy?
Is the villain.
Yeah.
That goes along with it. Because usually if...
Because I liked that in Final Fantasy X.
Well, okay. So, this is a good one. So you know the super evil, edgy trope that we were going with before?
Yeah.
You know, guy finds out that he's half something or other, is cursed. And so let's go say he also has a parent, you know, that happens to be, you know, Demon Lord, Supreme, whatever. Like, do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
That would be... And maybe they're trying to distance themselves from their family and everything. And everyone, you know, gathers around the hero and goes, yay, you're actually a good person and stuff. And then father comes on the scene. They're like, oh, you're related to him? And then no one can trust him. And
Do you like or hate that trope? Or
Huh?
you're just talking about it?
I'm just talking about it.
Okay.
I'm just... But it sometimes occurs. And it brings into question if they can look past their lineage. Because beforehand it would have just been... It's one thing if they're, you know, part demon. It's another thing if their
Now, that
father
would be a
is
fun one.
is the archdemon that is responsible for the death and destruction surrounding everyone else's plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just thinking of dumb trope subversion would be effectively, like, you know how...
At the same time, it builds up artificial importance in the main character.
Yeah. But I was going to say, you know how, like, Darth Vader, for example,
Yeah.
big bad of the original series. Sorry.
I wouldn't call him the big
He was the big bad.
because he was second
What
to
the
Palpatine, technically.
Dusel Armored Rockwell.
Whoa, look at that thing.
It is
What?
a land.
It doesn't look like it's meant to be on
mob.
land.
And it is gone.
How? Oh, because it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Oh, people are mentioning Blue Exorcist. Oh yeah, was he part demon and his father ended up being evil?
His father was straight up just Satan.
Okay, now that makes sense.
Effectively, Satan just comes up and immaculate conceptions up a couple of kids. That's the guy I'm supposed to go hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Exorcist was good. I would love to see a series though where like
Whoa, that is that... That looks larger than
Yeah,
the
I'm supposed to go
usual
kill it.
Violent Andante.
It's gonna die. Come here, El Dente.
I think Andante means...
Ow! Changing mind on that one. Peace out, jerk.
Oh, whoa.
We will be back when I can take that in the face and not die. But no. One where it turns out that the villain is like Dearest Daddy. And like the villain is just like, oh. Ryan. Okay, Ryan's good. There's Charla. Wow, those are actually kind of pungent.
The goji berries?
Yeah,
Oops.
it's fine. I was just suddenly hit by a waft of fruit, and I was confused. Also, there's more quests. But no, like if Darth Vader discovers like Luke and Leia are his kids, and he's just like, Palpatine, you lied to me, chucks Palpatine into the Death Star. And, like, instead,
They had that in Star Wars Infinities.
Huh.
Where he turns and he turns to the light side. And I think they made Leia turn to the dark side.
Huh.
And then he had to save her, or I don't know.
I just would have...
And Luke died.
Okay. See, I would want the alt take where Darth Vader is just like, wait, Palpatine, you lying scum! Chucks him, you know, down the chute again. But, like, in the 5th movie instead. And then, the 6th movie is just them just curb stomping what's left of the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just as like, oh man, how great would that be? Your standard trilogy. You know, the rising action, the villains winning, and then, you know, the heroes eventually triumphing. Except for the subversion is, the villains don't triumph in the second movie, or in the second part.
Mm-hmm.
But instead it's just, the main characters... Oh. I've checked it out. It's just a normal ether deposit. There's nothing special about it. Except for the bats!
Bats! Bat attack.
But yeah, so there's no, like, dire anything. It's just like, oh, hey. Well, this got hairy. I don't even know how to position myself here.
But your point about the...
Sorry, I gotta
Time it.
get mildly distracted here.
Double peck.
Oh, there she is. This is messy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that just kills me.
Oh no! Shulk!
I missed all of them. Okay, better solution. Freaking bail.
Run! You didn't prevent the double peck from taking him out, though.
I didn't, but you know who gets to survive? Shulk does. See you later. Bye. This place hurts. Real bad.
Way to just abandon your friends.
Well,
in
it
the cave.
actually looks like that's what I was supposed to have done anyway. Aha! I was not supposed to fight them. Ooh, also we have a bunch more side quests. What the hell? Oh gosh, there's so many. Why are there so many? You couldn't have come at a better time. We hung our clothes out to dry outside the camp, but they've been stolen! That doesn't sound good.
That is quite a problem.
We don't have that many clothes, so this really puts us in quite an awkward position. But I think I know the solution.
What?
Nudism. I know who the culprits are. You know who did it? And why not send out a band of young people to go get them? It's mostly just oldies and children here. There's some young adults, but they're all cowards and weaklings. It was the Turkin who stole them. They have no need for clothes, but they're clever, you see. They set traps for Holmes who trying to get back the clothes. We will get our clothes back.
And walk right into the trap?
You're a decent bunch of people. You'll take care of it, right? Their base is northwest of here. No problem. Leave it to me. What is it with Wander and dirty old men? I don't know.
We escaped with nothing but the clothes on our back, and they've all been stolen. It's unhygienic to be without a change of clothes. I wish we could make ourselves some new ones. Sorry about this. Of course, if I was just a little younger, I'd go do the job myself. I'll just wait for you to return.
Oh, and she has more clothes quests.
A no-born merchant was telling me there's this wisdom tooth thing that wards off sickness. I could do with one of those in a place like this. I really want one. Could you go get one for me?
Lady, I'm pretty sure you have 4.
I must say, you really are a great bunch of kids. Thank you so much.
I truly just... I almost feel like... Oh, no. I was gonna say, it might actually be worthwhile to stop reading the dialogue for any character that doesn't have a name.
Food here is pretty bad.
Yeah. Just as a time-saving measure. Because all of these characters who don't have names just give meaningless side quests. Let's do that. Like, we'll still pick up the quest and potentially do them, but only the characters that are actually named will get our attention. Of all the people here, I'm the least worthy of judging someone. The earnest is too much. Constantly twists the truth. He wasn't always like this. Maybe something happened to him. What? You actually managed to get the pony or neck beat? I can't believe it. Well, suppose I did promise. Okay, I'll write the story for the book. Let Matrona know. Matriona, no. I underestimated you, and somehow, don't ask me why. I think my luck might be changing. Quests.
Wait, what does he want? Also, battery!
Something of his flew away because it was windy.
The purple is low.
Yeah, purple is low. Yeah. I think that's an easy rule to work with in almost any game. It's like, oh, does this character have... Did the devs bother to give him a name? Nope. Then they ain't worth my time. Yeah, get rid of the Mechon.
Get rid of Mechon.
Oh. This is the bloodthirsty old man.
Oh, Turkin.
Yep, go kill the Turkin. Okay, what was I talking about before we got ambushed? Oh, just a weird, dumb story subversion where the good guys just beat out the bad in the second book instead. And then the third book is just like cleanup.
I mean, we've always just wanted to see more stories about the cleanup after the conflict. Because you always see the zombie apocalypse when it's just beginning or in the midst of it. But you never actually see the conclusion and the aftermath of that conclusion. And there are so many series, I don't even know if are there any that see an end to the zombie apocalypse? I suppose World War Z, the film, or maybe even the books, had they find the cure.
What was the zombie thing I saw a while back? Oh! Was it Evolve? I think it was Evolve. which was actually set in like the I think it was set in the far future of Left 4 Dead or something to that extent. And the zombies had evolved into these like big hyper monsters.
Mm-hmm.
You checked it out and it was just a normal ether deposit. And then a load of monsters came out. Weird. That shouldn't have happened. I don't need to moan though. You made it out alright, didn't you? Anyone can make a mistake, right? Oh, I suppose you did go. Here's a reward for you. Alright, sorry about last time. Did you ever find any everlasting ether deposits? Did you go into more detail?
Yeah, maybe there's something we can do.
Thanks, Charla. Let's find out more. What? You're taking your time, ain't you? I had a look at the records. Now I know where it really is. I can tell you if you want to know. What you looking at me like that for? Everyone makes mistakes. This time I really know. But we all know what happened last time. We just can't trust you. You're really not lying this time. I weren't even lying before. I just got it wrong, didn't I? You can trust me. I'd like to say I can, but... well, whatever. I ain't gonna force you. Do whatever you like. Brilliant. You know it makes sense. It's in the cave southeast of the bridge. Cave's at the water level, so you might have to get a bit wet. No problem. Leave it to me. Nothing can stand in...
That's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the... we might want to start skipping those two.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus affinity dialogue is necessary. Look at how big this area is. It's freaking huge. Oh, it's fine. Let's see, just tuned in a little while ago. Did I miss any of the plot? Nope, we've been doing side quests because Gower Plains is massive. I think the side quests toned down after a certain point.
I mean, we did meet Charla and her little brother, but
You're right.
he ran off and she's now part of our party, and we got a vision that he would die and she would die, so...
But like, as far as main plot goes, no. We just got introduced to one of the party members. I know you get a lot more later. I just remember Gower Plains is probably one of the longest sections in the game. But I also have only played...
Oh, they're angry. They
No,
see you.
they don't see me. They just patrol. Crappy part is I have to get past him. I'm hoping he just turns around instead of chases me. That should be fine. They don't have the widest range of vision.
Ah!
But...
never mind.
yeah, it's death.
That is death immediately.
Peace.
It follows you into the water and promptly drowns.
It just comes flying down like a meteor from on high. Die! Oh, that'd be rough. Apparently the last Resident Evil movie showed kind of reconstruction. Huh.
I don't know if I've seen that one. I mean, there were 4 or 5 of them, weren't there? Nope.
The last Resident Evil movie I remember is... oh, that's weird. So there's the one where Wesker's on the boat, and they kill him there. But then there's, like, I think the next movie, which I only vaguely don't really remember, is the one where, like, it ends with Wesker in the White House taunting whatever her name was. Mary Sue.
Alice.
Alice, there we go. Gosh, that was such a wild series. Because they effectively just gave the directing rights to this guy, and he's just like, I'ma just Mary Sue my wife into this series as best as possible.
Mm-hmm. And they did have cameos of the other main characters and had them as supporting cast.
Yep.
But
And it was just the dumbest nonsense.
yeah, I think I saw the first 3 because we have them on DVD at home as like a package set. And then I may have seen a bit of the 4th in a hotel room. but fell asleep. That goes to show just how bad it was. I think it was also, it wasn't something I rented, it was something that was just playing on the TV, so you had commercial breaks. So I could have fallen asleep during a commercial break. So many javelin turkin.
Yeah, it straight up ran and like grabbed as many buddies as it could.
Well, a number of them are falling down off the bridge. That's funny.
It's actually working, I'd say, working out for me. Except for the fact that I'm getting wrecked.
Oh, yeah. You're being overwhelmed.
Yep.
Oh, they're hot on your tail.
Yeah, this is probably one of the harder initial difficulty curves. Yeesh. But yeah, the first one in the tunnel just rushed to go find his buddies. Y'all wanna...
It's interesting how there's actually...
Y'all wanna peace out?
Huh.
Please? Please? Alright, there they go.
Is she just gonna come shooting out of
Yeah,
the cave?
she'll come back.
Okay.
She's probably actually behind me. Yep,
Oh,
there she is.
really? They teleported her.
Yeah, they just teleport. You want to know something about the Turkins? Nope.
Ah, he's running.
Yeah, he's
fleeing.
gonna go get his friends again. I'm thinking though, we don't follow him and we go this way, we get a really nice view.
Mm-hmm.
And if it becomes a serious problem, then we just leap off and find out what the
But
heck
that's
happens.
the edge of the world.
Hello.
Yeah, they're coming for you. You're not gonna fall off. Don't you dare jump off.
Some of them might.
Oh, that one's close to the edge, but I don't know
If they're dumb enough to do so,
No,
we'll find out.
Look at him, though. Will there be a barrier or some AI in place so that they don't go off the edge?
I mean, it's already working out better for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think the trick was I just had to not be right in the center out of all of them.
Mm-hmm. We got that one.
Yep.
Ooh. Battery, both of them.
Yeah, I should fix that.
Must replace them. Yeah, after our initial blue and red set, we ended up picking up the purple and orange set. At least they call it orange. It looks more like a yellow orange.
Oh, that last one's sniping me.
Ah, mm-hmm.
That's the deal.
I really liked the Switch as a system.
Yeah. It is probably my favorite console. Though I'd have to sit there and actually think about how it ranks compared to
I think it is what the Wii U should have been.
It's what the Wii U should have been. I just don't know how I would rank it in comparison to the GameCube, because the GameCube was just so good.
I mean, the GameCube was cute. Pretty.
I feel like the GameCube
Had
was...
the little discs, which were better than the cartridges. I never had a GameCube, though. We skipped to the Wii.
I just feel like the GameCube was... Like, the N64 was a golden era for Nintendo, because that was, like...
That's what introduced a lot of people to their games.
That's gonna throw my timing off. I actually have to press the buttons in a different order.
I mean, I've said this before, but we were a Nintendo family, and then it seemed like all of my female friends had PlayStation so that they could play Final Fantasy and JRPGs. And then all of my guy friends had the
Xbox?
Yeah, Xbox for Halo and various shooters and such.
Halo was good stuff. I just didn't care for the Xbox
And Battlefront.
beyond
They
that.
really liked Battlefront.
Yeah, Battlefront was good. No, I feel like the N64 was a golden era. There was a lot of really inventive stuff, but no one really understood how 3D worked. And the platform wasn't really ready for it, if that makes sense. And for some reason, like, they totally went cold turkey on 2D games. Which is odd, because, like, you know, it took nearly a whole decade before 2D games saw a resurgence properly. With the industry and certain companies starting to go back, give or take.
I mean, I think it's really just because there are more indie games and people hearkening back to what they grew up with. So the people who grew up with 2D games
Well, yeah, that's
started
actually
creating 2D games for themselves.
that's something that's kind of both really cool and really weird. As far as like the games industry goes, you can actually tell when, like, if I wanted to, I could probably go full Nostradamus to some small degree and start predicting when major genre upheavals are going to be within like I'm going to say like a 3-year variance. Based on effectively adding, I'm going to
Who's
say,
going into the workforce?
yeah, adding about 15 or so years to, you know, whatever the genre being popular. So we're starting to get a lot of Pokemon clones again. Because a lot of Pokemon fans are finally, you know, getting old enough to make their own games and form their own studios. But I think we're still a little ways out from that becoming major. But it's like not uncommon in the slightest for me to get swamped with a bunch of games from the exact same genre and being super confused because none of them have anything to do with each other. There's also, I'm gonna say, like a 3-year swing whenever a game becomes popular. There will be, I'm gonna say, lookalikes and clones that start showing up. So Slay the Spire was super popular, you know, 3 years ago.
I know there's a lot of card games now.
And there's a lot of card games now because it takes, on average...
I thought Hearthstone also popularized
Hearthstone,
card games.
yeah, but
and
it's super obvious which ones are inspired by Hearthstone and which ones are inspired by...
So you're finding more games where... Well, we've definitely been seeing a lot of games where you're playing cards, but that's not all that there is. There's also units that you're positioning, and there's... I still think that Faria is really unique.
Faria is super cool.
Because you have a game board that you're working with, and you're gathering resources, and your units have different ways in which they move, and ultimately you have to try to get to the other side and attack the life points directly and whatnot. But I really want to go back and play Faria.
We could do so. I got access to another one as well.
Another one?
Not Faria, but like another...
Card games.
Let's save before I go after this one. Wait, there's an expert mode? Really?
What? No, you're not an expert.
Huh. Limit EXP gain and adjust character levels. Yeah, I'm not an expert. I'm a filthy casual. Don't you ever forget it.
Vagrant Elfeed.
Get rid of his...
Oh, is that a red synergy that they have?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's interesting. Actually, I haven't seen that before.
I mean, it makes sense that if you're able to create synergies and connections with your party, that if enemies are in groups, they can too. Especially if one of them is their leader.
Yeah, they actually just hit me with one. That's adorable.
Well, and then there was one. Now it's just the alpha. I have to say, I love the UI in this game.
It's...
Look at those little stylized marks that are next to the creature's name.
Yeah.
And the way that they have... Oh, what was it? I think they've had like a Monado thing crop up.
And, like, whenever you,
That's for the loading screen, but there was also something up for the maps and your UI.
Yep. And whenever you enter a new zone, it shows you, like, what section you're in.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really... I don't know. There's a lot of heart and soul that went into this game that I wish more RPGs had, but that's what happens when you have a massive budget. You know, you will never get this sort of thing out of Atelier Ryza, for example. Even though I, like, sincerely would love to see them put in that level of effort and care.
Now, what do you think of this type of combat? It's not action combat. It's you're repositioning your character,
I mean,
but
it's
you're
not
still
too
selecting
far off
attacks.
of ATB or just cooldown management.
Mm-hmm.
I think my only real big problem is just the fact that I don't like pressing left and right on the D-pad constantly.
Mm-hmm.
That becomes a little bit of a chore.
Ooh, it looks like you got some new armor.
Yeah. So I should probably put it on at some point. I'll do inventory management when I'm done with all the side quests. Because currently we're more or less kicking ass.
Mm-hmm. I like the tree that's growing on its back.
Yeah, why not? These guys ain't going anywhere.
Mount
Torta.
Torta. It's
Yep.
just the Roving Mountain.
Let's see. So we can't do that one. I guess that's where the main story is. Huh. I guess we don't actually have that much left. Okay, let's just go back to the refugee camp then.
Olga. We're talking with new people at every turn.
Yeah, there are a lot of named NPCs for reasons.
But it's weird because we don't even finish the wave of the first wave of quests, and then we have more waves.
Well, we do actually.
Okay.
It's very rare that we actually have to come back and talk to an NPC, which is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. What am I going to do? Oh, it's you. Listen, I need to talk to you about something. I was a chemist in Colony 6, and that's why I tend to the sick here. But I've just realized Gorman's supply of medicine is running out. It's not looking like it'll last much longer.
That doesn't sound good. I think we should get this sorted as soon as possible. Yeah, we have to do something.
You look like a bright bunch, so I know you know what it's at stake. Without ingredients to make his tonic, Gorman will be in trouble. I need glowing wisp fluid, but it can only be gathered at night. I need to stay with Gorman, so I can't go and collect it myself.
We can help you. Just leave it to us. We're always happy to help someone who's in trouble.
So you'll go find the ingredients I need? It's not a very pleasant job. Are you sure you don't mind? But a person's life is at stake. Oh, thank you all so much. I'll make the necessary preparations. I'm counting on you.
No problem. Leave it to me. Nothing can stand in the... Oh, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Blah.
Yep, there he goes with the same stuff.
Now we have to go fight more wisps.
I want to see it. What is the little Nopon gonna get
Wow.
a story told to him?
Watching her just sail by is magic. Okay. Pretty sure this all... Yeah, it's all garbage. Okay.
Oh yeah, what's the new gear?
Let's see. How do we sort? How do we sort?
I mean, I'm seeing physical defense, but what about stats?
Because it says sort most recent.
Uh-huh.
And I wish there was a way to sort it not by most recent.
I assume it sorts by most recent because hopefully what you're grabbing as you progress through the game is going to be more and more powerful.
But it just says sort most recent, but I can't figure out how to change that sort option. Is, I guess, my confusion and beef here. Should probably sell a bunch of things later.
But inventory management can wait.
Let's see.
That top looks better, but what does it look like?
I don't know. We can check it later. Nice part is I can kind of do whatever I want. Well, we ain't showing those.
Speed boots.
Let's see. So beach type. Wow.
So other colony colors and those weird things.
Watcher was saying you would never want to see me in an outfit like that. Okay. Beach type. Pretty much just a bracelet. Mostly just looking for new types. Pretty sure beach type. Yeah, so beach type and Ekru. It's weird. It doesn't really look like underwear or bikini bottom. It looks like
it's like a belt and everything.
It's
I don't
like
know.
iron panties. It's super weird.
And those are the pants that we can't wear because, you know, the back.
Because wowza! Yeah. I don't even know. Ooh. I like that gun. Okay. Well, I think it's actually time for us to maybe...
Finally, are we going to go see the brother?
Yeah.
Are we going to progress?
I think it's about time that we do some praggers. We can try fighting that one freaking tank creature again, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to demolish me, so I'll leave that for later.
I might have to get a snack. At the very least, maybe the cashews down the hall?
I don't know what it is.
Well, I'm hungry.
Yeah, like I was super hungry earlier, and I was just like, but I had food. Let's see, Wonder's gonna get demonetized. You know, the interesting thing is I don't actually get demonetized very often.
I remember when I was playing the Hellblade game, some episodes that were especially bloody got flagged.
And yet, Maneater, totally fine.
And well, you're a shark.
You're a shark tearing people apart, blood, guts, and gore everywhere.
Yeah, because it's not... Because there's demonetized and then there's, like, partially demonetized. Uh-oh. What's going on here?
Collect items for future quests.
Interesting. 4th sour gooseberry.
It doesn't really matter. It's just telling us that, like, sour gooseberries are good for anyone. Yeah, I'll just run around grabbing things while you get food. Grab the goldfish. Grab the goldfish. 4 days? 5 days? You're good. We quarantine our groceries here at the Wanderbot household to make sure that they don't get us sick, because that would suck. Now, there's a very real possibility they probably wouldn't, but I take no chances. Because I don't need to. Just, like, why bother? Easier for me to just go full coward. Okay. New to Xenoblade, are these in-character future visions? Yes. So the main character, due to his connection to the Monado, the blue glowy sword in his hands, that lets him see snippets of the future. Most of the time it's pretty, like, dire stuff, but he also can learn real mundane things like, hey, some guy's gonna need this later. Just grab it. And just stick them in a corner apart from the other groceries. That's what we do. We just stick the quarantine groceries in our living room. And that's pretty much fine, always. Every once in a while we're like, but we really want this thing. Oh, is that Violent Andante again? Do I want to try and fight him? Gosh. I had this problem a couple of times playing the Xenoblade games where it's like, fighting a level, something your level or lower felt like an absolute terror. Okay, that was not nearly as bad. So we might have this one. Matter on if it gets to charge me again. If we're lucky and it doesn't charge me again, we'll be okay. Luckily, it doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage to me, which is good. Shell can't open the goldfish? What? Okay, so we want to do break. Topple, and we'll use this as an opportunity to heal him back up. That's a nice, good heal. Not nearly as much damage as I was necessarily going for there, but that's okay. Turn around, I'm not here. Thank you. Unfortunately, Shulk is a bit of an aggro hound. Especially if you haven't properly built Rhine to deal with it. I guess that would explain why you'd want to get the extra block. At the same time, I guess this kind of works. There we go. Oh, did we get him? Hey!
Oh, you defeated it.
Yeah, he actually wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
I guess we just got clobbered the first time we ran into him. And either we needed a couple of levels or something else.
Yeah, we definitely sanitize all of the food that has to go immediately into the fridge because those will be around everything else.
Yep. There you go. But yeah, so if it's going to be like goldfish that we're not going to open for days, yeah, we just stick it elsewhere in the house. Is it necessary? Who knows? I've heard like next to no guidelines on like proper grocery handling and like keeping infectious anythings out. Virus can be killed as easily as washing with water and soap. Feel is the virus has to die. True. But it's kind of hard to wash, like, cardboard boxes easily.
Cardboard? No. Yeah.
Easier for me to just say, like, I'm just gonna put it over here. I've heard some people say it can last on surfaces for, like, a month.
What?
But those are all... none of those people are, you know, accredited scientists.
Like, I thought it was a number of days.
Yeah, from what I know, it's like 72 hours, and then you're probably good. I figure if it was more virulent than that, and so on and so forth, I know it varies on surface, but still, Like, if it truly was transferring off of surfaces that well, then everybody would have gotten sick a long time ago.
Yeah, this is why I would rather that we let them out for a week.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that smells good. I'm still relentlessly hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Is this gonna hurt a lot?
Oh, now that is massive.
Wind ether deposit. Not endless, though.
Oh.
It's very bright. Let's see. Oh, right. Where we kind of are. Is that way back up?
Sorry for the Monchels. People can't hear the Monchels, can they?
No.
I hope not.
Generally not. From my experience, the Audio-Technica BPHs are pretty good at cutting everything out. Oh, actually, I have to kill these things. Hey. Die, bird! That's easy enough. So an interesting problem I'm running into with this game is that I haven't done controller stuff in a while, or I'm not really sure what the deal is, but I'm getting rather bad friction on my thumb, which surprised me a little bit. That I was expecting this game to, well, I was expecting to just have kind of a chill time playing Xenoblade, but my thumb is actually kind of cranky at me. I surprised the heck out of me.
Sorry, I'm munching.
I mean, if you're really hungry, maybe you should actually go get proper food.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went and got the, like, Uber burrito, because I figured, like...
What did you make it Uber with? Because...
I just filled it with rice, cheese, you know, the works that we have.
Mm-hmm.
The main issue was just, like, I don't know, I decided I'd just use up all of the remaining, you know, old rice.
Mm-hmm.
Which ended up being actually quite a lot.
For once in my life, I'll have to say that all the side quests bore me.
They do. This is part of the reason why I was offering to actually do an amount of this stuff, like, totally off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could easily...
Because usually I'm all for doing every single side quest in the game.
But they have, like, nothing to do with anything.
Mm-hmm.
We are fighting White Eduardo.
It's interesting how they have so many, like, Latin-based names. Eduardo, Andante, Raguel.
But yeah, it's one of those where, like, I adore this game. I love how it's set up. I love how it's built. But they really did just jam it full of side quests to keep you playing longer. And part of the reason why I am somewhat focused on doing them right now is because the game is actually really hard if you don't do them. At least from my perspective and my recollection.
Well, in games where every experience point counts and everything, you want to do all the side quests, because otherwise it just means fighting random trash mobs.
Yep. But it does make me really appreciate how, like, Final Fantasy VII was balanced, which was... It was tough. But it wasn't, like, unmanageable.
Mm-hmm. What's the maximum level in this game? 100?
I think it's 199, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the original or the remake? The remake. Playing Final Fantasy VII's remake was actually really charming. Mainly because, like, yeah, you did fight, like, a bunch of enemies as you went through. But in a lot of cases, like, you never had to grind, which there was definitely one point where I was like, I really wish I could grind. And that was pretty much the only situation where I was like, yeah, I wish I could grind. And then otherwise, I was pretty happy just, like, rushing through this story. And only a few points that were frustrating because they're so reflex heavy. Yeah, I think that's why I kind of will always spring for a combat like this over Final Fantasies. Just because, like, as well made as that combat was, it was very aggressive. And from my
One thing I dislike is quick time-based combat.
Admittedly, this has a fair bit of quick-time events, like the little bits where it's just like, press B. I don't find it that heinous, though.
I mean, it's fun every once in a while. I just remember back when I played Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
Well, yeah.
And how in order to finish off bosses, you had to do consecutive, particular, like, button presses and mashing and
So there was...
stick... Yeah.
There was a specific era, I'm going to say 2005 to 2010, where for some reason QuickTime events had become the thing. You know, that press B to do whatever, press F to pay respects. Where I think a lot of game developers started, like, trying to make cutscenes interactable.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not a good idea. And I'm very glad that as a thing, almost every game has either moved away from it or added accessibility options to just, like, make it so you don't have to do it. So Spider-Man, the most recent Spider-Man game actually just straight up had, like, a turn off button mashing. Turn off all QTEs. And it was so nice.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what are the Xenoblade memes?
Oh, probably it's Rhine time and some other things.
It's Rhine time? Yeah.
The battle voices, which we turned off a while ago, are kind of memey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think what we might want to do, I'll have to figure it out. I know we don't have to worry too much about the side quests running out of time.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's a giant front, isn't it?
It's an envy sardy, which
Oh,
will
77.
demolish me
Nope.
and...
Nope, we're not fighting that thing.
Things like Monado shouting, "Are you feeling it?" and such. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 seems much more fun than this. I mean, you have to realize they had, what, over 10 years of practice and progress before they made Xenoblade 2.
Mm-hmm.
The real difference is, so Xenoblade 2 is almost entirely the better game in terms of, like, raw gameplay and stuff. You can turn off the voices. No wonder I felt something was off. Yeah, I turned them off because it's incredibly hard to talk over characters yelling.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that, because they're like,
Hey,
"Are you
you can
feeling
do
it?"
this.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
do
feeling
that.
it.
Yeah.
Monado power. It's Rhine time. Like, it's funny, but it's one of those where it's just like, you try talking over people shouting, it's hard. And so I'll actively...
Oh, look, it's
There's just a Nopon down
a
there.
Nopon.
I'm curious why. But so, what this game lacks, and I think organized gameplay, and, like...
Oh, is that the mechanic? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the environment design, I think, is a little bit better, just in terms of, like, stuff to do.
I'm impressed at how much of this open world is it just stretches on, and you can run from one end of the map to the other.
It's huge. And how the heck did they fit this on a Wii disc?
Uh-huh.
How did they get the Wii to run this game? I mean, you can even tell the Switch is chugging a little bit. When I start rotating things, the resolution goes bad.
Yeah.
But no, it's like I love this game for all that it is, but it is very clear that there are some outmoded ideas that went into playing it. Yeah, the 3DS ran this. Yep. But no, the biggest issues that I had with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was that the story was bad and the characters were worse. You know, the main characters for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Pyra and Rex, just weren't good. Like, they weren't terrible, but it was just like, I didn't like them. The villain was kind of this unlikable jerk. All of the
look at all
villains
these
were unlikable
caves.
jerks.
Side caves. What? Oh, man.
Whip. I'm super doomed.
The clifftop Bayern.
Well,
Now, that was cool. Usually you see a monster from a ways off.
yep. And they just pop up. There's a couple of spots like that. There's a quest item right back there. But, yeah, we ain't getting
Are
it.
your party members nearby?
Yeah, they are.
Whoa, what? That thing's level 70? Why are you in this cave? Also, you failed to get that.
Yeah, it's because he's aggroed on me.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Hawks is here to wreck my business.
Observation platform.
So yeah, we've got 2 quest items in the area. If I'm lucky and I can get around the Dark Hawks, we can grab it. There's also like a really big bird creature somewhere around here, but I don't remember where it is.
Mementos of a Lost Son, the Twisted Gun. Did he get destroyed by this thing?
Possibly? Guess I can safely say in this game you can run from things way better than in Chronicles 2. No 30 feet punches. Oh, absolutely. That got mean. Let's see if I can rob that spider.
So, if they were in range, they would initiate attack and the attack would follow you?
Yeah, it would just be like a telekinetic punch, and it kind of blew.
Why are you going back here?
Want this thing.
It's sitting right on top of it.
Screw it, fight it.
It's a good 12 levels over
Not
you,
worth it.
though. That is a one hit.
Run, Shulk. Really wanted that item. Whatever it is. Well, luckily, it shouldn't be able to follow me. Would you... Alright. I'll come back later
It
when
might be limited to that platform.
I'm not garbage. But, nice part is, now that I have the observation platform, I can warp up here. And actually take a look.
Oh,
That's
hey.
the sucker. Canyon Valencia. Yeah, he has destroyed me before... There's a lot of 70s in here.
Yeah, there's tons. Suppose
I
you
was
just have to
really
avoid
hoping
them.
there'd be a climbing point there, but whatever. But no, so I guess.
Well, how much more when can we get to the brother?
Sorry, I just wanted to grab the last of the exploration zones. How the heck do we even? Oh, what the? No, gosh darn it.
More quests.
It's probably just go back with the thing. Oh, right, because we had turned some in. We'll just run the... We have time before these characters move. Effectively, at a certain point, we managed to rebuild Colony 6 a little bit, and then they all move there. And, you know, then they don't care anymore.
Now, was all this on the thigh?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still on the leg. Which speaks for how freaking massive this whole thing is.
Yeah, because this is like the bent leg of the Bionis.
He'll do it. Oh, that's wonderful. That's fantastic news.
I'm glad everything worked out.
All's well that ends well.
Olga told me what happened. He asked you to go and get some pony or neck meat, didn't he? I can't believe Iwan would put you in danger like that. Talented a writer he is, but he can be so very thoughtful sometimes. Rest assured, we'll work it out. Take this as payment from me. It's the least I could do.
Oh, gosh. Oh, wait, no, it's this guy. Hey, it's you guys again. You're just the people I needed to see. I need to apologize. Sorry for how I acted before. Ever since the attack, I just haven't been myself. Attitude and my writing have been all over the place. Sit down and think, and suddenly my mind turns to that day. All that running, and I never really escaped that day, and never will. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, it sounds like a pain. Consumed by fear, I hid among the crowd of elders and children. Before I knew it, I was being led onto the evac ship. Alwell Gandalf and the others made a stand until the very end. I was a selfish idiot.
You need to stop being so hard on yourself, Ewan. Not a single person here hates you for the decision you took.
Hearing that from you makes all the difference, Sharla. Maybe it's time to move on. But I'm feeling more positive now. I once again feel the desire to put quill to paper. I've written a few lines since Matriona gave me the idea. Things are a little awkward between us, but it's getting better. Brings me to the favor I need to ask you. I need sour gooseberries to make some paints for Matriona. Add a nice splash of color to the book. Thing is, she doesn't have any. No one around here does. I need to ask, but do you think you could go get some for me? You're a lifesaver. Thank you ever so much. I know you can find them. I'll get back to my writing. No problem. Leave it to me.
Yeah, I'll help too.
More
Do you have gooseberries? I assume you would have gooseberries, right?
We have 2 out of 4.
Um.
But I can find a small amount right there. But yeah, there's just... Just wish there was a bounty board or something where I could get all of these without all the walking and blah blah blah.
Oh, that's gross.
What's gross? Oh, it's Ernest again. Ain't you had enough yet? You're a glutton for punishment. Oh yeah, I got something I really need you to help me out with. The grave of the cliff north of Kasharpa Falls. You know whose it is? Could you go into more detail? Okay, blah blah blah. So you don't know then? My friend's grave. Can you put these flowers on it? Probably don't believe me, but I'm telling the truth this time. Never mind, I lied to you twice already. Maybe no way you'll believe me.
I do. I can see it in your eyes. I can't be 100% sure, but it feels like you're telling the truth this time.
Really? You really believe me? Huh. What's this? I'm feeling a bit guilty.
Don't be like that. I'm sure you had your reasons for lying when you did, but I believe what you're saying now.
I mentioned the flowers at the grave, right? Will you do it for us? You really trust me now. Thanks, but don't go trusting me too much. Put the flowers on the grave on the cliff north of Kasharpa Falls. Watch out for the Turkins. It was one of those things that... never mind. No problem. Leave it to me. I'm counting on you.
And this is a lot. Look at all those little exclamation points.
I mean, a lot of them are just gooseberries.
Okay, that makes
Like,
sense.
it just... So, here's the thing.
What I meant before was that I got some of the goldfish, you know, the crackers caught in the back of my throat, and I had to take some water to get them to go down. I had that happen once with a piece of steak, but
Yeah.
I could breathe, but I had to swallow twice.
Yeah, and it's super awkward and you don't like it. Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of people that die from steak.
Oh, yeah. One of my biology teachers in 5th grade came in super upset because his uncle had choked to death that weekend and gave everybody a crash course on, you know, how to not necessarily how to resuscitate, but, you know, the Heimlich maneuver or whatever the...
So did it happen at a family gathering, or
It was a
it
restaurant.
Yeah.
He had... apparently, so one major aspect of the lesson was actually that it's not embarrassing to be choking. Because the guy effectively was choking.
But he wanted to see if he could undo it himself.
Well, he
by
excused
swallowing.
himself to go to the bathroom.
Oh no.
And that was not the right choice.
Oh.
Oh, I apparently have to kill these things in here? Well, alright. So, let me know when you do want to stop, though. Like, we don't have to go terribly late. Because I would like to get to Colony 6 sooner than later. Because, like, the problem is the plot points on this game are really good. It's just, it takes forever to get to some of them if you're actually trying to be completionist. If that makes sense.
I'm gonna close that.
Luckily, the more of these we do, the easier the subsequent ones are going to be because we get progressively over-leveled.
Oh yeah.
So right now, like, I can almost one-shot these guys. I just need Charlotte to bring them down. Like I said.
Wait, what's wrong with your time?
What about my time?
It's not 7 for us.
No, GMT minus 7 for Monado.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10:56.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. I was a little worried there.
Yep. But no, there will definitely be points.
I think the most I've ever choked on something that resulted in a bunch of coughing that made people go, "What's wrong?" is just the classic water down the wrong pipe.
Yeah, that's the one that always gets me. I've definitely had steak get caught in my throat before, but I just reach in and pull it out. And
Oh,
it's
do you know
really
what's bad?
gross. What?
When there's a whole peppercorn or something spicy
Ooh,
that,
yeah.
that gets caught.
Anything that's spicy, if you accidentally like mildly inhale it, that is just the worst. I do not enjoy it when that happens. Okay, I was gonna ask though, famous movies, not so famous movies, stories and whatever.
Yeah.
What would be the worst ending? If like change the plot slightly to make it bad. We were talking Indiana Jones earlier. I was thinking it would be pretty dang bad, but also really funny if Indy picked the wrong goblet.
Oh, but then it would feel like a comedy. Well, it wouldn't be a comedy.
Turns out he got the wrong Jesus. The other guy got the correct supply side Jesus. Do you ever hear about, or do you know about that meme?
Well, I'm familiar with the movie. It's because there was a room full of all of these beautiful jeweled and metallic.
No, I just meant
goblets
supply
and-
side Jesus, which is making fun of.
Oh, and Indiana Jones knew that he was a poor carpenter and therefore chose the one plain wooden goblet in the whole menagerie. Indiana Jones really liked their villains just disappearing. Actually, what's interesting is the villains in Indiana Jones were more often than not killed by their own decisions. It was a very... You know how in so many series it's the villain that ends up being their own... Like, they bring about their own undoing as opposed to the hero? Whether the hero offers a hand while they're about to fall off a cliff and they refuse to take it, or they are slashing angrily at pillars and then actually end up resulting in a rock slide that kills themselves, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in those, it was the guy was greedy and wanted immortality, and he thought that, oh, you know, surely the Son of God would have the most ornate goblet in existence. But nope. Gets turned to ash. And then there were the other guys that, what is it, you couldn't look upon the Ark of the Covenant for the spirits that would come out of it. So, Indy and, was it Maria? Mary? Or they averted their eyes and didn't look at it, and everyone else melted. But yeah, so much could have gone wrong with the whole Infinity Gems business. Or the Infinity Stones in Marvel.
Yep. Thanos just snaps everyone back out of existence. Goes back to his dumb planet to, like, chill. Everything is just boring. Oh, man. That would be, like, one of the fastest ways to kill a franchise, and I'd love it. I mean, I'd hate it, but it would be...
Just if the villains win?
Well, yeah. Like, okay.
Well, what if... I mean, it's... I always wondered about you remember the Stone of Spirit or something? And how it involved a sacrifice?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if it was an incorrect interpretation and someone either sacrificed someone else or sacrificed themselves so that someone else could acquire the stone, but it really did nothing.
Oh, you mean that Red Skull's just hanging out there and screwing with people?
Yeah, I don't know.
that would be pretty funny.
No, it wouldn't be funny. It'd be tragic.
I mean, yeah, but I am bad. I will often think to myself in hypotheticals of, like, what is the best way for a company to kind of, I'm not going to say kill the franchise. But
oh gosh. Just make the main characters detestable. That's the way you kill a franchise. Actually, the most recent Star Wars trilogy is a good example of it. I have been an avid Star Wars fan junkie. I don't know what you would call it, but it is my favorite series in existence. And I've been watching the films since I was a very, very small child. And I read all these graphic novels, played so many of the games. Then there were the novels and it just so much lore and so much world building. And they threw it all the way for a subpar, unplanned series of films that did nothing but tear down the old cast of characters and present us with a cast of new characters I could care less about.
I thought we banned Star Wars, Shell.
We did ban Star Wars.
I'm banning Star Wars again.
They do not exist.
I'm double banning Star Wars.
That is how you kill a franchise. I mean, I suppose it's surviving because they're focusing on other parts of the universe.
Well, they also did a decent job with, like, a lot of the spin-off content.
Oh yeah, the spin-off content.
Mandalore is great.
Well, yeah, Mandalorian and Clone Wars and stuff, but that's because, you know, Favreau and Paolini and people who've worked with Star Wars in the past, they're handling it and they're focusing on other parts. But how you could misuse and tarnish the legacy of the main cast of characters is just... Like, I don't know how I'll be able to watch episode 6.
Shell.
I don't.
I'm triple banning Star Wars.
I know, it's just...
Star Wars is banned.
Can I just say one last thing?
Ah.
Episode 6. Vader turns back to the light, defeats Palpatine to save his son. You know, there's the promise that Luke will create a new Jedi Order, that the Republic will be restored, and that the Empire will be fought back. Han and Leia are together. Everyone's together. It was the perfect ending. And,
I mean, it wasn't quite the perfect ending.
I mean, everyone will go,
Because it didn't
we don't
end
like
with
the
them riding
Ewoks."
solo.
Wait, what do you mean? Wander? What kind of joke is that?
Did you ever see Star Wars Connect?
Huh?
Did you ever see
No.
They had, it was like a dancing game, and like,
Oh,
the
no.
claim to fame song in that one is I'm riding solo, and it's so dumb. But hey, no problem.
Oh, look, it's cute.
You're Guguru.
Garugu.
You came just in time.
Gerugu. Gerugu. Lost friend! That doesn't sound good.
That's quite a problem.
Gerugu really worried. He went to look for food for dinner, but he not come back.
Do you have any idea where he could have gone?
Gerugu tell him not to go far. He always get lost. Gerugu think he go very far.
He has no sense of direction. He's probably completely lost.
Gerugu already looked so hard, but Gerugu cannot find him. Please help Gerugu find friend. Thank you. Gerugu happy now. Friend's name is Batu Batu. He blue with stiff fur. No problem. Leave it to me.
Yeah, I'll help too.
Rap, snip, hap, dip.
But, okay, other ways to ruin a franchise. The thing is, the easiest way
Oh, is it
to...
I'm Han Solo? Whatever.
Oh. Yeah, what's up with that whole writing business? Well, in any case, but it seems like the easiest way to... Oh, that doesn't look... Ooh, did you take falling damage?
A little.
Okay.
I just wanted to check this area out. It's filled with a lot of bad boys.
It seems like the easiest examples to give would be to... Yeah, villains win, the heroes turncoat, or a beloved character turns traitorous. Probably just world-breaking nonsense. Oh, do you know what's... Okay. This is my personal pet peeve. But time travel, alternate dimensions, and alternate storylines.
Ah!
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 He's just guarding the bridge. The immovable Gonzalez.
He does not move. That was not what I was expecting there, to be honest.
But yeah, I absolutely hate time travel. Because sometimes what they do is they show the worst outcome and then they have a means to correct it. And it just feels like a cop-out.
I had that problem with Infinity or Avengers Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, this area is so big. Screw it.
But it just removes consequence.
Yeah.
In a way.
I think time travel can work if that was a concept for the story since the very beginning. So like Back to the Future or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those aren't...
Or Groundhog Day.
Or Groundhog Day. Time loops, I feel like are...
Time loops, you can... I can get behind time loops because usually the goal of the time loop is to try to find a way to break free from it, but usually certain conditions have to be met in order to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And in those cases, you're trying to get the best outcome by reliving every day and learning the... like every single event and every single consequence to particular decisions until you're finally able to navigate your way through it in a satisfactory manner that then allows you to achieve the final goal and also break the cycle.
Gosh. Sorry, I'm starting to get kind of mad about this.
What are you getting mad about?
Oh. I have a quest to get night...
The night cardamom?
Yep. I have to get a certain, like, glowing fluid.
Oh, yes.
Wisp juice or whatever it is. Which I thought we would get from the wisps. But no, we get it from the fireflies. But it doesn't have a 100% drop rate. I think that is actually one of my biggest game mechanic pet peeves ever.
Oh, yeah, and this is very common in MMOs where you will kill 20 of a particular creature trying to just find 5, like, hides or something.
I hate that stuff so much, where it's just like, alright, and now to kill 50 gore tusks to get 5 livers, and it's like, what? No, I think time loops are actually some of my favorite writing tropes.
It's probably one of the few instances of time travel I can tolerate.
Because it's kind of baseline. Yeah, glowing wisp fluid. I gotta find one more, but it doesn't have a 100% drop rate.
So the reason why I don't mind the time loop is because ultimately there isn't an original timeline.
Yeah, there's no branching nonsense. There's no causality. There's... You know, if there's a paradox, the paradox probably just resets the time loop. Did I find that? I found the last.
And ultimately, when you get out of it, the
life goes on.
Well, life goes on, and then the time is corrected again. But yeah, I think time travel definitely can ruin a series. And alternate timelines, etc. Because then it invalidates the previous timelines and sequences of events. Ooh, Colony 6?